Let's see if we can do this simultaneously here. I should be live on Facebook and live on YouTube's. Hey everybody, Vic Stryzius here, and I'm doing this social experiment to find out, hold on one sec. Okay, find out, there's a big thing going on with Facebook doing some crazy things recently, right? So I want to do a social experiment by doing a little live test, and let me see if this is working. I'll tell you in a minute if it's working or not. Let me see here. We are Creator Studio. All right, be right back, you guys. I'm gonna reveal some stuff here to you. Once I log into the proper location, if I've done this thing correctly, I think we can. All right, we might find some good, useful information out of this. All right, so we've got 15, 20, okay. All right, so here's what I'm doing. All right, I'm streaming simultaneously to Facebook and YouTube, and I'll tell you where we get better engagement in about 5 minutes. Without any announcements, without any emails being sent out, without anything. Now, here's the crazy part, right? We've got like 100 on the Facebook. If you guys are on Facebook, let me know if this is coming across to you, right? So we've got like 115. About 115 followers. Okay. Studio. All right, be right back, you guys. I'm gonna reveal something. All right, we've got 115,000 followers on Facebook, and then we only got like 13,000 subs on YouTube. Okay, I'm trying to identify where do we focus our attention, moving forward, and which is better. Jill, how are you? Got the Facebook notice. Okay, great. Renee, got it. You look great. Ganta, thank you. All right, let me see what we've got going on Facebook. Okay, I gotta find myself on Facebook here. How do I find myself on Facebook when I'm also streaming? That's interesting. Okay, in the meantime, here's what I want to do, you guys. I'm not sure, Donna, I just came across this. This is just to, let me see if I can do this properly. Okay, you guys what's exciting for me personally? Like what we do last night, if you remember of the 4%, if you watched our webinar last night, we had a team meeting. So next week we're going to be doing some really, really, really powerful content creation in the area of marketing, right? So if you're an entrepreneur, if you are doing any promoting of any kind on the internet, right? This thing called marketing. All right. This is the magic word that everybody must understand and learn. And there's a couple things that's happening here in the marketing umbrella, right? That when people get good at, okay, any entrepreneur promoting anything, I don't care how many of you guys are promoting, something with like maybe cryptocurrency or maybe an affiliate. I had somebody send me a message the other day. They're like, Vic, I don't think promoting other people's products is the best idea. And I have to disagree. I think, I've made my first $100 promoting somebody else's product. I've made my first $100 promoting somebody else's product. I've made my first, 1,000, 100,000, my first million promoting somebody else's product, not my own. Somebody else's product, right? Promoting somebody else's product is the easiest thing in the world to get into. But okay, creating your own stuff is really, really complicated. Like creating your own product, especially in this digital world, and yeah, there's all these different softwares and whatnot to make it easier for you, but A, you got to be knowledgeable enough, right, to create a product. B, you have to, you got to have a lot of stuff. I mean, you got to, have support people in place. You've got to, you got to be able to service, deliver. So here's what I tell to marketers, right? I say, look, you can find something that you resonate with, right? Any niche. It doesn't matter what it is, as long as you're something that you stand behind, as long as hopefully something that you use. Okay, that's kind of the criteria. So you have that moral authority, right? And you learn marketing. If you learn marketing, you can promote anything, literally anything under the sun. It doesn't matter if it's MLM, affiliate stuff, a book, a coaching program, your own thing. Team building. It doesn't matter, right? But you got to learn these three things. Number one is traffic. Okay, and this marketing concept gets twisted and complicated a lot. So next week, I'll give you this little pre-framer here. What we're going to do. So we will be putting out a lot of really, really cool training for free, okay, on social media. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Should I focus more on YouTube or Facebook, or where do we get better reach? Which, by the way, right now we're pretty. If my numbers are right, looks like we've got 20. Okay, so we'll get a little bit of a better engagement on Facebook right now than on YouTube so far. Okay, but in comparison, it's getting really, really close. Terrell on Facebook, what's up, man? Streaming both social networks at the same time. You know what? I might just be streaming on both social networks at the same time. We'll see. This is interesting, huh? Actually, it's interesting for me. Anyway, so marketing demystified, right? You guys, don't let anybody fool you. If you just focus on traffic alone, promoting something else, right? Promoting another people's product or whatever the case is, that's just one piece of the puzzle. Like anybody tells you, hey, you just learn marketing and or you just learn traffic generation and everything takes care of itself, right? It's not true. It's not true. If you send traffic, right? If you're doing this, right? If this is your money site, whatever it is that you're promoting, and if you just hammer it with traffic, you're only taking care of one of the components, okay? But if everybody else, all right, sends their traffic to this money site, you see what I'm saying? There is no way for you to stand out. Let's say this is Facebook, right? Let's say you run tons of Facebook ads promoting this thing, and there is no pre-frame. You're missing second component, which is conversions, okay? Now, if you're promoting anything, this will be useful for you. Check it out. If you just take one of these components under this umbrella of marketing, yeah, and you say, you know what? If I just learn traffic, and I'll just hammer traffic to the money site that I'm promoting, and I'm going to assume this is somebody else's offer, right? Maybe this is not your offer. I'm going to just keep it very, very simple. If you have the right offer, if you're promoting the right product that's in high demand, you can make $1 million. And I kid you not, like you can make $1 million promoting somebody else's offer, right? But if you do it right, and you don't have to customer service it, you don't have to really do much around it, but the way that you go about it matters, okay? So way number one is to just hammer it with traffic. Now, let's put this scenario, right? So let's say if I go and I start running Facebook ads to this offer, okay? And then there is all these other affiliates, okay? An army of affiliates right here, which usually what happens, right? They tap into the same Facebook ads and they start running traffic to this offer, right? See, we're fishing in the same pond, sending people to the exact same thing. Okay, so what happens here is we become competitors here, right? So we start to compete. Now this could be Facebook. This could be maybe we go to social. Right now one of the easiest things for you to tap into massive amounts of traffic. Okay, you guys, is not necessarily, a lot of people teach old methods that used to work. Like for example, I know solo ads are pretty popular, but nowadays, if you want to get massive traffic fast, okay, and if you want to do it like really, really quickly, go to influencers, right? So I can go to influencers, but thinking right? I can go to influencers and I can get like 1,000, to 5,000 visitors in a day, to any website I want, literally any website I want, okay, by going to these influencers. So let's say that I did go to an influencer here, okay, which I'm going to be teaching a lot of these concepts for free. So let's say this is an influencer, okay, and this is me right here. I go to this guy and I say, you know what, send your people, he's got like 100,000 followers or 500,000 followers or maybe 1 million followers, right? And I say, hey, send my offer or send my link to your followers. I'm tapping into his followers, and he does it. Now, if this guy goes to him, right, so he might run traffic for me today, but then tomorrow this guy, my competitor goes to him and says, hey, run the same thing to him. This guy might be at a disadvantage because his audience, a lot of his audience have already seen this offer, right? You see what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is a second component is missing. So before you even start focusing on traffic, you need to understand the structure, strategy, right, and positioning of this marketing, this marketing building, if you will, this umbrella, because you got to have there's three legs that you have to be mindful when you do this. So conversions engineering, right? Like my thing in marketing, you guys, I'll tell you, before you even start a campaign, right? Hey, Dewan, what's up, man? All right, Alexis, good to see you. Before I even think of traffic generation, I've got to get this second pillar figured out. Because every single visitor that, maybe I tap into this influencer's, audience, right? And I know that not everybody is going to opt in or whatever, which this is even wrong. This is a wrong thing. It's a wrong setup. So what I need to have is a door, right? That's unique, right? And that's my landing page. I kept it really, really simple. It's not a rocket science. I got to build my list. Right? And there's going to be about 20% to 40%, maybe 50% if my landing page is good, of people that will be opting into my landing page. Right? Now, this landing page needs to pre-frame whatever the money site is, okay? And this is at a very, very basic, simple level. I've been teaching this for years, okay? So creation of this right here, of this piece, that is a pre-framer for this piece. It sets you up, okay, to stand head and shoulders above the rest of the competition. All of a sudden, I can fish. If I have this correctly, if I figure out my conversion strategy correctly, right, what I can do is I can stand head and shoulders above all my competition, and I'm really promoting something that is unique, okay? Really, really simple. I can be promoting this and making money off of the same offer, but I can do something that's unique, right, that does not compete with anybody else, right? It does not... the same people can be exposed, and then here's where the things become really, really fun, right? This is called advertising. Your marketing really becomes, in my book, right? You really start to market when you have people that are getting on your list here. See what I'm saying? So there's a couple things happening here. If somebody gets on my list, okay, I start to market to them. This is called marketing. Okay, you guys check this out. How many of you here building your list? Yeah. Let me take a look at my social media here. I want to see. All right. Hey Tina, what's up? Tina, if you want to send us support@4%.com. Support@4%.com. They will you'll be able to reach somebody. If you're in a 4%, you can just log into the members area and there's a chat box. You can talk to somebody. Hey Nigel, what's up, man? Good to see you. Devon. Okay. Ad campaigns without any structure and reinforcement is not only a disaster but a waste of money. A lot of people are wasting money. A list building. The list is growing. Okay, so we've got 79. But okay, so Facebook is pulling a little bit better for us. Okay, so we've got more people, okay, on Facebook than on YouTube. All right, good to see. That's cool. So you guys check this out, right? Like structure is really, really important. It doesn't matter if your offer is not converting. Like it's because it's probably structured wrong, right? Traffic never depend on one single traffic source. Facebook is doing some interesting things right now, right? They're making you pay. They're changing their algorithms all the time. And you know what? Google does the same thing, right? So us entrepreneurs, there is so many forgotten or untapped traffic sources out there that can get you fast traffic if you just create it. I mean, think about it like this. Influencers right now, they're huge, right? So if you have a mass appeal type offer, right? If I structure my conversion pillar, this needs to be number 1, okay? This needs to be number 2. And then my third pillar is, as I'm getting this traffic here, okay, I've got to be mindful of my strategy and game plan as an entrepreneur, because there is no such thing as my subscriber. There is no such thing, okay? So if I go to this guy right here, if I go to this influencer and I tapped into his following and I said, you know what? He sends me 100,000 visitors or 50,000 visitors, right? And maybe 10,000 of those people get on my list, okay? And then this guy goes to him and he sends, he does the same thing through his landing page, right? Maybe let's just be super ridiculous here. Let's say the same, 10,000 people get on my list, and then they get on this marketer's list, and so forth, right? There's no such thing as my subscriber anymore, you guys. So there is there's a misconception going on here, right? So if you're doing this, if you're doing traffic, you're just advertising. You're just like, okay, it's like a megaphone. You're just like, hey, here I am, right? Here I am. Come look at me. You're just trying to get attention. So advertising, write this down if you're writing things down. Advertising is getting attention. That's it. That's all you do. You just get somebody's attention, get them curious and interested enough to get and cross and go through your door, okay, of your metaphorical and your virtual house, okay, right here. This is your business. The offer is not your business. This can change at any time, okay. Your megaphone is your door, is your message. Okay, and all you're doing here is you're just getting attention. This is a sea of people right there. Okay, there's all these different medias, and we have Internet Traffic Mastery product that we'll be putting out soon. Okay, and next week I'll be diving into a lot of these things. If you guys like this, go ahead and share it, and maybe feel free to follow, because I'll be streaming on social media, on Facebook and YouTube. And I'm going to be diving deep into these concepts here, and we'll be putting out. I'm actually going to do a series on training called "How to Become a Marketing Machine." Okay, who here wants to learn how to become a marketing machine? Because here's this thing: when I think of this, okay, when I say marketing machine, I'm not talking about you personally. I don't want to be I'm a human. I'm not a machine. But everything that I do in marketing, I gotta think it through. How do I automate it, right? Why is McDonald's successful? Why is Subway and all these franchises can be run by teenagers? Is because they have systems in place. Now, when it comes to systems, a lot of people think about conversions and marketing systems, and it's complicated, it's complex, and all that stuff. But it doesn't have to be. I can create a marketing machine for myself, right? When I'm thinking about this third pillar here, okay, which is I'm going to create loyalty, fan base, okay, and leverage, duplication, okay. At the end of the day, I never want to depend on anybody. I don't want to depend on Facebook, right? I don't want to depend on YouTube. I don't want to depend on any one of the influencers. I never want to depend on any one offer. I never want to depend on, if I'm talking, as a free entrepreneur, right? If I'm building, right now, obviously, my legacy project that I'm focusing on is the 4%, right? And so this is my legacy project. This is, I believe, the best training that has ever been put out. As far as the challenge, I'll play something for you here in just a minute for those guys who are kind of new to this. Okay, so I'm promoting my thing, and even when I'm promoting my thing, I always have a pre-frame and a wrapper around my thing. It's never a direct. You see what I'm saying? But if I'm going to talk as an affiliate, for example, because it's easy for me to become an affiliate and just step in and get behind something, get behind a product with the right strategy to go and absolutely crush it. I can get behind any launch, right? And understanding this marketing concept properly, I can just dominate. I can dominate leaderboards. I can make a whole bunch of money, and I can really write my own paycheck, understanding this kind of stuff. So every move that I make when I go to these influencers, understanding this is just attention. Okay, so if I'm getting a bunch of visitors here and I'm getting to my list, as soon as somebody gets on my list, now it becomes my marketing. So now I have to think about, see this pillar, pre-frame for this. But then as soon as I'm getting traffic, I'm immediately taking people into my world, and then it's a matter of, okay, if this guy subscribed to 50 different marketers and he's getting bombarded with 50 different emails, okay, and everybody's trying to get his attention, okay, now your strategy is this. How do you create loyalty? How do you get this guy to become your fan, right? And how do you get this guy or gal, this subscriber, he might not be a customer yet, but he might be a subscriber. Everybody's fighting for his attention. See what I'm saying? Like everybody's fighting for his attention. Now this is where most people fail. You guys get it? This is where most people fail. They think, if I have 100 visitors or 1,000 visitors to my website and I made X conversions or X amount of sales or whatever the case is, and that's my business. And that's not even scratching the surface, man. That's like so shallow thinking, it's like ridiculous, right? I've got to be thinking, because that subscriber that you got, right, he might be getting 50 different emails on a daily basis. Take a look at this offer, take a look at this, come over here, this is the best, this is the next best thing, this is blah, 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 blah. And he doesn't know what to focus on, right? So the name of the game here, and this is so easy when you understand this, it's so easy. You don't have competition because everybody's screaming for their attention. Whatever is happening here, right? Like whoever screams the loudest, same thing is happening in his inbox. So being strategic means you've got to understand this third pillar, okay? How do you create loyalty, fan base? How do you create leverage and duplication? Whatever he wants, if you can deliver, if you can stand out, right? If I can stand out, let's see if I have a different color marker, well, maybe I don't, that's fine. So if I can stand out for that person, for that subscriber, right? And so when he gets my emails, he opens my emails, all right? And he doesn't care about any of these guys because all they're doing is they're just competing between one another. They're just, whoever screams the loudest. But I approach him from a different direction based on whatever he needs. And you know why this is so easy? Because people don't take the time to become great at their craft, right? Whatever, if you're a health coach, you know how many like so mediocre health coaches there are? You know how many pretenders, people trying to pretend, there are out there. You know how many people, blind leading the blind, fall into that syndrome out there? It's crazy, right? And that's okay. That's actually a good thing because it makes, our job so much easier. Because when you understand how to deploy this, right, in combination correctly with these other two pillars, you become a marketing machine. And so what you do, right, is you build yourself, you build yourself a little hub, right, and then you put people through a machine, and that machine can be duplicated and automated. So the work that I do today, I want to think like 10 steps ahead, right? And I'll be like, okay, if I do the work today, if I invested $100 today on an ad, okay, trying to get attention here, right? And I got this guy over here. How can I, through my messaging, okay, and this is my conversion, and this pillar becomes relevant. I'm going to be teaching all this stuff starting next week. We're going to dive deep into this kind of stuff, right? If you want. But somebody says, do a survey. Okay, does this make sense, you guys? Is this something that you want to learn or not? Like I can be talking about many different things. Over 14 years, I've learned a lot about marketing and conversions and all this stuff. Let me know if this is the kind of stuff you want me to dive into. Do you want me to focus just on one, of these, or is there one that you think is? But here's the thing, if somebody tells you there is one secret, there is just one thing that's going to make you rich. There's just one thing. Right, that's going to get you the good life that you want. And it's never one thing. Anybody that tells you that, they're lying to you, man. There's never, ever one thing, There's a combination of things. If there is one thing, it's this right here. It's marketing, okay? How many of you guys here need help with marketing? I would like to learn how to make a survey as well. Okay. Free value. than offer. Okay, that's partially true. Okay, so who said that? Free value, Darwin. So Darwin says you gotta provide free value, right? It's partially true, you guys. The landscaping changes. Okay, so a lot of people are trying to provide free value, but here's the thing: it's not about quantity of stuff. It's not just me about putting anything out there. It's about quality. Right now, everybody and their cousin is a coach. Okay, like literally, like everybody tries to teach you something. Okay, somebody that just got started yesterday, right? They're trying to be a coach. Everybody's a crypto expert. Everybody's is a marketing genius now, and that's the problem, because it's blind leading the blind. Okay, and incorrect free information can be more dangerous than any paid information. So it's that, but it's about really having a good understanding. Here's at the end of the day, we talk a lot about this in 4%. It's you consciously deciding that, you know what, this is going to be my stake in the ground right here, and I'm going to get great at this kind of stuff. I'm going to get great at marketing. I'm going to take control of my world. See what I'm saying? Like, this is your world right here. Understand, you guys, if you don't understand these, okay, this right here, if you don't have this house built on the right foundation, and there's 3 pillars, that's it. Okay? If you understand traffic, if you understand conversions, and you understand how to create loyalty and fan base so that the traffic you're getting that's converting, whether to opt-ins or sales, okay, you understand how to stand out, okay, in your marketing right now, because there's no such thing as my subscriber. Okay, how do you move about, in that area? You really have no competition, and very, very few people in any space. I know our space, it's internet marketing, and very few people know what they're doing. A lot of people are giving out information that's actually brings more confusion, than anything. Anyway, so we're going to be talking about it, next week. I just wanted to do this experiment. Okay, if you just tuned in late, basically what I'm doing here is I'm streaming on Facebook and YouTube Live, and we've got like over 100,000 followers on Facebook, and then only like 13,000 subscribers on YouTube. And so we're getting about 30. Okay, we've got about 70% more engagement on Facebook than on YouTube. Okay. So what we may do is we may just be streaming, on both of those networks simultaneously, which is totally fine. Okay. Is Donna Lavette watching this? Donna Lavette, are you here? Facebook works amazing. Okay, great. Atik, what's up, man? I want to feature one of our students, you guys. How many of you guys are not part of the 4% challenge? If you're not part of the 4% challenge, take a look at this. So Donna Lavette, I just saw this, and I wanted to feature her. Take a look at this right here.
Hello, how are you? My name is Donna Lavette, and I am on day 29 of the 10K challenge. And like some of you, when I started out, I was very hopeful but skeptical as to whether this organization was really going to be able to do what it said it was going to do. And on day 29, they have exceeded my expectations by a mile. They focus on results. And in 29 days, my subscription list grew from 50 to over 600 people. In 29 days, I created a website, a blog website that is impressive with the help of our mentor. In 29 days, I have 7 people who have signed up to be a part of my team. I have a team. In 29 days, I earned my first $500 in commission, and I have never earned money through online marketing before. In 29 days, I have done YouTube videos and telephone conference calls. I just look at the amount of things that I've learned and the kinds of things that I'm doing. In 29 days, this organization has changed me. And I honestly can see the path forward to accomplishing every one of my huge dreams that I have for me, my family, the community, accomplishing my purpose and destiny. I see it all clear. And I am so thankful for this organization. For any of you that are giving some thought to whether this should be something you should explore, what are you waiting for? I can't wait to see where I'll be in 60 days. Until next time, be blessed.
Donna, you're awesome. I'm just like I'm trying to I'm still trying to get to YouTube here. You know what's awesome, you guys? Like, you hear all these people bragging about, and and when I got started on the internet, I guess we all go through that cycle. First you got to help yourself. That's it. I say this. You got to be selfish, man. You got to help yourself. You got to put your own, oxygen mask, if you will. Like if you're in an airplane, that's what they do, right? They tell you, in case of emergency, man, right? Put the mask on yourself before you help others. Now, the problem in this industry, and most industries, is that people trying to help somebody else while suffocating, and not knowing what they're doing. Like it doesn't happen, right? So first, help yourself. And then, we kind of go through these cycles. And I want to give you, I just want to, maybe I'll go on a little rant over here or whatever. But I used to go through this deal to where I thought, for people to take me, to pay attention. And this is what happens here. Like over the industry goes in cycles, right? So it's like, it used to be like, the fancier the house you show or whatever, the pile of money you show that kind of gets attention. And it may or may not. But right now, you know what gets attention? Like, how do you know real from fake? It's not about how great I am anymore. You could care less. Like, people could care less about how great you are. But in silence, right, if I can get great at whatever I need to get great at, if I'm a marketer, if I'm promoting somebody else's product, if I'm a producer, right? If I'm, if I'm out there to push sales, if I earn my commissions by generating sales, I've got to get great at this in silence. And then when I want to start going out there publicly and start helping others, then here's what works better than anything else is what I found, right? You spotlight your success stories. You spotlight people that you have helped. Like Donna over here, right? First 600 subscribers. That to me is more inspiring than, me making, I don't know, $1 million in a day. You know what I mean? And it's more like, let this be, like maybe an example. So what do you focus on? First, you understand this, right? I was able to, and by the way, Donna went through the 4% challenge, and she's going through the 4% challenge. And that's kind of the focus, right? So I took my first, I started in the industry in 2005, and I failed for the first about a year or so, probably about 8-9 months, complete failure, like failure, didn't make a dime, literally didn't make a dime. And then I started to learn from some people who are old school, like one of the guys was Dan Kennedy, for example, Direct Response, and he's like, hey, you got to stand out, man, you got to, there's a pyramid of authority, right? There is a, on the bottom you've got, like a generalist, right? Generalist. Then you've got like a specialist, right? And then you've got a, so there's like a pyramid, right? And so a lot of people in my space, they're generalists. And when I got started, I was a generalist, and everybody, most people in your space, I'm telling you, like 99% of people in whatever industry, whatever space you're in, they're generalists right here, okay? And so generalist doesn't really stand out, right? You're just like another somebody else. I've got to learn whatever I've got to learn, right? If I'm an internet entrepreneur, I've got to learn marketing, period. This is non-negotiable. This is not something that I can outsource. This is not something that I can be casual about. If I don't get great at understanding this, I will never ascend to this level, right? In a doctor, medical world, who makes more money, generalist or specialist? A family doctor or, a particular specialty doctor? Of course, this guy makes more money, right? Because he's a step above, okay? Then, you got generalist, you got specialist, you've got an expert, okay? Ultimately, what you want to get to is, you want to get to like a celebrity status, right? Authority, and you got celebrity, authority, right? Somebody who is a celebrity and authority. Right now, it's super easy, you guys, easier than ever before. You know how you get here? Okay, you get comfortable doing this, right? Video. Most people in your space, most people that are here, they're terrified, right? To be talking to a camera like this, like I'm talking to right now, and there's nobody else in the studio right now. I'm just talking to a camera, right? But developing an ability, this is part of this right here. See what I'm saying? So this is one of those non-negotiables, okay? If you want to remain a generalist, like, don't do this, but then you will make the money of a generalist. And in our space, I can tell you about marketing, internet world, right? Internet entrepreneurs. 97%, 96, almost 97% of people here make less than $100 a month. Okay? That's what you get as being a generalist. Very few people go here, but you can actually, right? You can jump and you can become at least an authority. How do you become an authority? You become knowledgeable. And you demonstrate your knowledge by helping somebody else get a result. You cannot do that unless you understand what you need to understand. If you are in, whatever, pick a niche, right? There is the one thing I can talk about marketing because that's kind of my world, okay? But ultimately, I want to be here, and it's easier than ever before today to be a celebrity, authority, okay? To be a celebrity, why do people pay attention to celebrities? Because they see them on TV. Like if you can, overcome this video phobia. A lot of people have this video phobia, right? And you understand that your people, okay, your subscribers or your followers, and that everybody's trying to get their attention. Okay, how do you stand out? Well, one of the easiest ways for you to stand out is to be authentic. Be yourself. It's like it's not complicated. It's not a rocket science. You don't have to go to 10-year college to be, to become a celebrity in your space. You just connect with another human being, right? And get comfortable and understand, which I'm going to teach some of this as well starting next week. Okay, you're implementing. It's like baking a cake. It's like preparing a meal, right? You've got to do certain things. You got to have certain ingredients. You can't just bake a cake and just put a flour and some water, right? It will never work, right? But you got to have certain ingredients in a certain order with the right proportions, and if you do it right, you'll have the end result, predictable end result every single time. Why is it different in your space? Why would it be different in my space? Okay, there is a scientific formula that if you follow with some personality. So, there is a few things happening. And all these things are under marketing umbrella, okay? So one of the things, I'll give you one tip. If all you did, okay, is if you understood a little bit about, how do you create this, right? A little bit about traffic generation. You don't need to be an expert at traffic immediately. You just have to get good at least 1 or 2 traffic sources initially. And then you get 1 to work for you, then you keep that on working, right? Keep that traffic going, and then you stack another one. So now you got 2, right? And then you perfect 2, and then you stack a 3rd one, all right? See what I'm saying? You're building slowly. Like, you don't have to overwhelm yourself. But you can have literally as much traffic as you want, but you've got to be profitable. You cannot be profitable if you don't understand this and this. And then if all you did in this area is anybody that gets on your list, you understand what they're coming in for, and if all you did if you just practice on being comfortable on video, right? Like when I'm talking to you right now, and I'm looking into this camera, I mean, I'm talking to you, right? And you feel there's a sense of connection right here, right? Why? Because we're having a conversation, right? And now I know my stuff, and I'm telling you, and I'm looking into this camera. I'm not looking, to the side or to the bottom. I'm not nervous. My palms are not sweaty or anything. Yeah, I realize that you're dealing with human beings, right? So if I sit down with my child, right? Am I going to be uncomfortable? Well, if you're uncomfortable, being around your kid, you have a problem, right? So why would it be any different? So it's understanding this kind of stuff, and you know what? Most people that are here, they will be super nervous. When they're on video, they'll go like 1,000 miles an hour, talking super quick, and like most of these people will be terrified of making a pause, just like this, and just have like a normal conversation. They think that they have to. You see what I'm saying? So it's understanding some of this stuff. If you guys want to learn more about this, we can talk more about this. But I'm telling you, like, people that take the time. Here's a problem in the industry. People are looking for microwave results. Okay. And those are the same people that are going from thing to thing to thing to thing to thing, always chasing something, always frustrated, always broke, right? Always grinding and pulling their hairs out, and it's crazy. It's crazy. You don't need 100,000 visitors. You can get more results. You can have more sales. You can have more people buying your stuff, whatever it is that you're promoting, and you have more people following you. You can have more people paying attention to your message, okay? And you can have, at the end of the day, it's about quality people. It's about repelling those that don't connect with you, right? And it's about attracting those that do connect with you. And those that connect with you, later on, when you deploy some things that I'm teaching you inside of Internet Traffic Mastery, which we're going to launch later on. I'm going to share some of these ideas with you guys next week. I'll provide probably. I'm going to put out this content, this training, this series called "How to Become a Marketing Machine." Okay, it will be a training series that we're going to put out on social media, and it will probably be more powerful training, than any other paid course you have purchased previously from anybody else. Okay? I'll teach you some of this stuff. Okay, so, but my message for you, okay? My message for you is pretty simple. Build you. We always talk about it in 4%. We always talk about it, with anybody that I come across. My message has always been and always will be, okay? Never depend on anybody. Build you. So being a marketer myself, I know that becoming great at marketing, right? There's traffic, there's conversions, and then there's this thing, celebrity authority. If you have a hub on the internet, if you have a home on the internet, you can become an authority by writing a book. Okay? How do you know that somebody is an authority figure? Well, uniform is one thing, right? If you see a police officer, they're wearing uniform. If you see the same guy out on a basketball court, there's different, right? There's a different reaction, right? If you walk into a doctor's office and the doc has the white coat on, it's a sign of authority. What's a sign of authority in our space? Well, you can have a book, right? A sign of authority could be, if you have a hub on the internet, and what do you stand for? If you're all over the place, if you're promoting, the pens and computers and info products and nutritional stuff, and everything is jammed under one thing, and you'll promote anything just to make a buck. There is no authority, right? Authority is you decide what do you want to be known for. There's just one thing, okay? It's really simple as that, and you really, really perfect that one thing. Like I wanted to be known for traffic. Early on, I deliberately wanted to be the best for myself when it comes to traffic. And I bought every single course on traffic generation. Literally anything that had the word traffic in it, I bought. And I went through it. And I locked myself, in a room, and I would study this stuff. This was like years and years ago. Because one of my mentors said, Vic, there's two things. If you learn two things, traffic and conversions, right? How do you get traffic? And then what do you do with that traffic? You can crush anything. And I found that to be true. I promoted somebody else's products, and not because I'm better, not because I'm somebody that's got special skills or abilities. I worked my way. I was smart enough to listen to some right people, right strategies, right? And I was smart enough to implement it. And I'm telling you, the stuff I'm going to be teaching you next week, it will probably help you a lot, in your business. So let me go back to the social medias here and see where we're at. All right, so it's about a 30%. We've got about, YouTube is getting about a 30% engagement as compared to Facebook. Okay, that's cool. I want to be known for traffic, but you're actually known for selling empty products. Okay, Peyton, you talking? I've endorsed products. I've promoted companies that, the products that I did not control. And as soon as the company changed, their vision or something like that, I stopped promoting it. I've created a lot of marketing systems around products that I did not own. I was an affiliate, and you can do that too. I'll give you guys something here. So my legacy project, okay, is 4%. The 4% is hold on one second, I'm going to cue this up. 4%, okay, is a concept that represents a certain standard. Like if I look at what's going on in the industry, right? Do you want to be a 96% or do you want to be a 4%? Okay, and it's not a cliche thing. You'll be like, I'm a 1%er. There's no to be a 1%er it's pretty difficult. But if you're in the top 4%, the Pareto's principle, 80-20, and then there's the 80-20 in the top 20. Okay, you do the research on it. You'll find any industry, any company. If you're in the top 4%, you make the economy go around. You make the company tick. See what I'm saying? You are a vital piece in that environment. If you take away for every 100 people, any company, any industry, any environment, okay, applies to everything. If you take for every 100 people, there's typically 4 people that, that if you take one of those out, the company or the community or wherever you take them out from will notice the difference. If you take any one of the 96%ers, nobody will even notice. Okay, so when I thought about this concept, I'm like, what does it take, right, for an entrepreneur to become a 4%er in their field? Okay, so that's where the concept of the 4% came into the picture. And I'm like, all right, I've promoted other people's products. I promoted as an affiliate offer. I've done some things that I'm not proud of. Yeah, we've created a lot of marketing systems. We've created promotional, marketing systems for products and that other companies owned that generated, upwards of $4 million in 5 days. Some of the launches that I've created. But I want to have something that's meaningful, man. I want to have something that, I don't want to be promoting other people's stuff anymore. I want to create something that would have a meaning, that would give me satisfaction for. And I want my great-grandkids to know me, for the work that I'm doing. So that project is 4%. And so the way we do it, if you're not familiar with it, we have this central artery, right? We made it super easy for anybody to succeed now. Like everything that I've learned over the, how I started and been running into brick wall after brick wall, not succeeding, and then how did I have my first breakthrough? How did I scale it? How did I become top affiliate promoting other people's products? Network marketing, what strategies? How do I build myself? How did I rebuild myself, right? Which most people cannot do. How did I do that? So all my journey now has been basically condensed into this program we call the 4% Challenge. And it's like a GPS. I mentioned it last night as well on a live stream that I did. So imagine if you go into a big city and you need to go from point A to point B, how do you navigate? If you don't have a GPS, it's pretty difficult, right? So if there was a program that was kind of like a GPS, it would literally tell you, hey, start now go here, this turn, this intersection, turn left, here, turn right, and so forth, right? And it literally like guided you every single step of the way. Well, it doesn't exist in our industry until we have created the 4% Challenge. So the 4% Challenge is really something phenomenal. If you're not a part of it, you can become a part of it. There is going to be a link somewhere here in the description. You can check it out. But take a look at this. Here I'm going to play this. If you haven't seen it, take a look at what people are saying about the 4% Challenge. For those of you guys who are a little bit, like, hey, I see these other people throwing dirt and and saying all these things. You cannot fake this kind of stuff, right? It's a buck to get started. So check it out.
I'm currently doing the 4% Challenge.
I'm a very happy participant in the 4% Challenge.
4%ers!
I am so excited about the challenge.
Yoo-hoo! Awesome, awesome, awesome.
Enormously rewarding.
I've never seen anything like the challenges.
Teaches you how to become a successful entrepreneur.
It's an amazing program.
The biggest and most detailed project I've seen Vic put together.
Again, welcome aboard, welcome to the team, welcome to the 4%.
It's results oriented, it's very practical.
Completely mind-blowing.
I've never seen anything like this on the internet since I've been on the internet.
Pretty pumped, pretty excited.
Wow.
It's for online businesses, offline businesses, coaches, authors, network marketing especially.
I tried so many things before. It didn't work with me.
I knew this one was different from the first video.
Amazing system.
Hands down, the best training there is.
It's absolutely amazing.
Teaching us how to take action progressively.
You're getting world-class training, knowledge, and coaching by the best in the industry, Vic Strizes.
We're going to be having a conversation. I'm going to be talking to you like I'm talking to my best friend who I want to succeed badly.
It starts giving you the tools that you need to start creating, the life that you want to create.
Vic every day gives you the success pill.
You get over the shoulder, step-by-step, detailed instruction on what to do to set yourself up for success.
Vic Strizes is an awesome, awesome teacher.
The lessons were very easy to understand.
Nobody is teaching you the way that Vic is teaching you.
He makes it so much fun.
I want to teach you how to become the best at whatever it is that you're doing.
There's no course like it anywhere that I've seen, and that's just the truth.
Success starts with me.
One thing I can say about the 4% Challenge is it's cradle to grave. I mean, it's step by step. It takes you by the hand, and it really lays it all out for you.
I'm new to internet marketing.
It teaches you how to earn $10,000 per month online in 6 months to a year.
We have created our goal card.
I've got my goal card.
Goal cards.
Goal cards. My 1-year goal and my 5-year goal.
I take this with me everywhere I go.
Goal card.
I look at my goal, I see it, I visualize it, and I make it happen. Why not?
It's something that I focus on every single day.
You don't become overwhelmed. You're given a particular task to complete in a certain time frame every day.
In the way I think, in the way I carry myself, in the way I act.
Talking about posture, talking about your diet.
Showed me exactly what I need to do to make money with my business.
How to get your first results, your second results, how to scale, how to grow in business and life.
And if you just follow instructions, you will succeed.
Only 14 days into the program, I've already seen the change in my belief, mindset, and results.
When you see your first results, it actually gives you more confidence and you feel better and you want to do more.
I was a bit skeptical at first because I've already went through several programs similar to this one.
It's working. I have already started to see results in my own business.
It's 10 below and I'm so fired up that I can stand out here and tell you that the challenge works.
The challenge has changed my mindset.
I've started getting sales already.
I'm only on day 14 and it is already starting to affect my business and my life, and I am super excited.
And I've already added 92 people to my list. I've had 4 sales.
Fun, I'm learning a lot, and I'm starting to make money.
Making progress.
I achieved results.
Daily, consistent progress.
Going to sleep at night and waking up in the morning with commissions is so sweet.
We've already generated a lot more contacts on our list. We've generated sales, we've generated commissions.
I've been able to make my first 10K online, and that's just with ClickFunnels alone since I started with the 4%.
Take the success pill for yourself.
Don't wait going to the challenge.
Success is staring right at you in the face.
This program is building my foundation from the ground up.
Priceless. Love the 4% challenge.
Has changed my life, not only for me, but for my family as well.
This is the place to start.
And I wake up every day excited and can't wait to get into the next session.
I can't wait to see what's in store.
Come on, let's do this together. When you get past the clouds, my friend, it's sunny. It's beautiful.
And the value provided is just, it's insane.
It's off the scale.
Before, I don't think I was 100% there, but now I am.
If you don't take action and you don't initiate the change and make the change, nothing's gonna change.
This is probably one of the best programs I've ever been in.
As far as I'm concerned, I'm addicted to this and I'm loving it.
So highly addictive.
It will change your life.
The challenge is one of the best things I've ever started.
I wish I had this when I first started.
Jump on it, guys, and I think you'll like the 4% challenge.
You'll become a master of traffic, master of marketing, master of creating whatever it is that you want to create for yourself.
Take the first step, have faith, have fun.
Get in and get started.
Do it now, before Vic decides that he's not charging enough.
You actually don't have a lot to lose at all.
I help you get your new life, the new life that you deserve.
Stop what you're doing, go and sign up to the 4% and start the challenge. It's fantastic.
It's absolutely awesome. Hats off.
See for yourself.
Just do it.
You can do this.
Isn't that awesome? All right, 1, 2, 3, we're back, yeah? All right, cool. You know, one of the things that we're doing right now is we're like compiling. We're gonna have a dedicated page of, you know, like success stories. One of the things that really helped me break through, you guys, early on, like your success is 90% mental, like literally 90% mental. So how do you break through, right? For me, that was just feeding myself when I was in a gutter. You know, when I was at the lowest point, you know, didn't have any success, invested a whole bunch of money on marketing, right? So I thought traffic generation, promoting somebody else's thing, and I did not do it right? So what helped me was deliberately seeking out rags to riches stories, right? Like literally people that have went through tremendous, you know, turbulences in life and you know, and then turned everything around for themselves. So to me, that was like fuel that powered me, right? That fueled me. I've got my kiddos here visiting me at the office. Anyway, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna take that. We're gonna start spotlighting stories like that, and we have literally like thousands of them right now. So we're working on this project to where we're gonna have like a dedicated page. We're just gonna be spotlighting and featuring, you know, success story after success story. Somebody who, like Donna, like how does Donna, you know, go from like a complete beginner to first 600 subscribers, right? To 7 team members, and she earned for her first 500. Hey, Vadim, what's up? She earned for her first $500 in commissions. Like that is more inspiring than, you know, like Vic just earned whatever, you know. Whatever amount of money, or some guru out there, right? Now, how does that new person, so that new person could be more inspirational and they can bring, you know, their side of, so anyway, that was really helpful for me early on, and so we're going to be doing that soon. Hey, buddy, how's school? Good. Awesome. I got to let you guys go here. I'm going to jump off as well. I've got my boys, you know, they're hanging around at the office here at the studio after school. We're going to be doing a lot of cool stuff coming up here starting next week. We're going to be putting a lot of great content, premium level content out for free. Okay. If you want to learn, if you want to master, anybody here that wants to master traffic, like literally master traffic, stay tuned. We're going to be putting out some really, really cool stuff. We are going to be bringing a program that is the mother of all traffic generation trainings, period, anywhere on the internet, okay? And that will be coming available to the public here soon. With that said, you guys, I appreciate you. So the conclusion here, we're getting a little bit more, we're actually getting about a 70% more engagement on Facebook than we do on YouTube, as I'm streaming simultaneously, and per my, you know, this experiment here I wanted to see. But we have like, I don't even know, what is that? We got 13,000 followers or subscribers on YouTube, because we weren't that, that focused on YouTube. But we got like 115,000 followers on Facebook. So that number is like crazy different. So based on those stats, I think if we focused more on YouTube, I think our engagement would be much better on YouTube for sure, in comparison to the number of people that are following or subscribing. But we'll see. Okay, so it's interesting. Hey, you guys, I appreciate you. Be awesome today. Whatever you do, be great. And I will see you again next week. All right. Cheers, everybody. Bye-bye.